Okay, let's get into this. We're exploring a really fascinating junction today where quantum mechanics, the really weird stuff,
Yeah.
meets this big philosophical idea about, well, ultimate reality. We've dug into sources connecting the very small to potentially everything.
That's right. And our mission really is pretty focused. We want to look at the standard interpretation of quantum mechanics, Copenhagen, or CI,
Right.
see its limitations,
Right, the edges of it.
and then explore how this other idea, the many words interpretation, or MWI,
Right.
might actually mesh surprisingly well with a concept called nothing everything.
To build a kind of cohesive picture.
Exactly. A logically complete framework for, well, maybe all of existence. It's ambitious.
Definitely sounds it. So let's start with CI, the Copenhagen Interpretation. The main issue there is often called its solipsistic flavor, right?
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
What does that actually mean in practice?
Well, it basically suggests reality is sort of fuzzy, probabilistic until something observes it. Consciousness in the classic view.
So things only become definite, like a particle being here, not there, when we look.
That's the core idea of the collapse in CI. Observation forces one possibility out of many into concrete reality.
But that immediately throws up a huge problem, doesn't it? A paradox.
The massive one. If the whole universe is just, possibilities until an observer collapses it.
Then what observed the first observer? How did that become real?
Precisely. The very components needed for an observer, like atoms forming a brain, they wouldn't be definite yet, according to a strict CI view. It's a classic chicken and egg problem.
Okay, so scientists proposed ways around this within CI. Decoherence, for instance.
Right. Decoherence, the idea that interaction with the environment, not necessarily a conscious mind, causes the fuzziness to resolve. Particles bumping into other particles, basically.
But like you hinted, that feels like it just kicks the can down the road. No.
It kind of does, yeah. You're still left asking, okay, what caused the initial environment to become definite? What decohered the first decoherer? You haven't escaped the fundamental issue.
So this is where the many worlds interpretation comes in as a radical alternative.
It really is. MWI dodges that whole observer paradox completely by saying the wave function, the description of all possibilities, never collapses, ever.
Never collapses. So what happens then?
It just branches.
Yeah.
Every single time a quantum measurement could happen, the universe splits.
Yeah.
All possible outcomes become real, each in its own separate branch, its own world.
Oh, okay. So no collapse needed, therefore no need for that first mysterious observer.
Exactly. The math just evolves smoothly.
Now, here's where it gets really mind-bending for you, the listener, because if you're an observer,
And you are part of the quantum universe.
then you branch too.
Yeah.
You exist in superposition until measurement, and then you split along with the outcome.
Right. So let's say you measure a particle's position.
Yeah.
In one branch of reality, you see it here.
And in another branch.
Another version of you, just as real, sees it over there. Both outcomes happen. Both versions of you are real. That coffee you chose this morning. There's another you, right now, in a different branch, enjoying the tea you decided against. Both are real experiences.
That's a lot to take in. The implication is just staggering.
It is. MWI logically leads to the idea of every possible state for everything, everywhere being realized, every configuration of particles, every choice point, everything the math allows, happens across this vast, ever-splitting multiverse.
Okay, wait. If every possibility is real, isn't that incredibly inefficient, like cosmically wasteful, just endless copies of everything? How is that logical?
That's the perfect question. And it's where we bring in the philosophy. There's nothing everything theory.
The philosophical anchor, you called it.
Exactly. If MWI gives us how the mechanism for infinite realities via branching, then nothing everything offers a potential why.
How so?
It defines ultimate reality, that nothing, not as emptiness, but as pure, boundless potential. And potential to be truly boundless, truly nothing constraining it.
It has to contain everything possible within it.
Logically, yes. Everything is sort of the necessary consequence of absolute nothingness or boundless potential. All possibilities must exist inherently for the potential to be truly unlimited.
I see. So the philosophical idea requires the very bloat that MWI describes. They support each other.
Precisely. It's a remarkably neat pairing, and this fusion, it dissolves some huge, age-old problems.
Like what?
Well, first, causation. The whole what caused the Big Bang or what was the first cause problem.
It just evaporates.
Pretty much. If all possible states exist inherently and timelessly within this boundless potential, you don't need a first cause to kick things off. Everything just is as a potential realized across infinite branches.
And the second problem, you mentioned time.
Right, time. Our linear perception of time, cause and effect, becomes less fundamental. The nothing-everything state isn't bound by sequence. All realities emerge timelessly from this potential.
So the universe doesn't need a start date or a creator or even us watching it for it to be real?
In this combined view, no. It allows reality to simply be self-contained, self-sustaining in all its infinite possible configurations. It exists because the potential for existence is boundless, which means all possibilities must be realized. It's almost like a tautology. It exists because it must exist.
An elegant, complete system.
It's a way to think about it, yeah. A philosophical model where reality needs nothing outside itself.
So a final thought for everyone listening. If every path you could have taken, every decision made differently, every version of your life is actually playing out right now in another branch, does that change how you feel about the choices you're making in this one? Something to think about.